Last week, our mayor, Lee Brand, made the decision not to seek re-election for a second term. He had consulted with family, the most important people in his life, and he made that decision to not seek a second term. And so I want to start off today by really just recognizing Lee for the incredible service that he has given to this city over the last 11 years. I knew once the mayor decided not to run that I had another calling to answer, and I'm prepared to answer that calling. After much prayer, and I mean much prayer, time on my knees, asking God for advice and seeking His guidance, consulting with my family and gaining their complete support, and listening to the overwhelming encouragement of this community, I have made that decision, and so today I want to formally announce my candidacy for the mayor for the city of Fresno. I have a passion and a deep love for this city, and I'm proud to have served the citizens of Fresno for the past 40 years, and I plan to serve the citizens of Fresno for the next 8 years. The problems we face today in Fresno, or in this country for that matter, cannot be solved by operating in a vacuum, and it cannot be solved by blaming one another. Our differences can make us stronger, and I'm a firm believer that we have much more in common than we have different with each other. And with a strong leadership and a single vision, I'm confident we can unite this city. Together, we must stand as one Fresno with one vision. As the mayor, I'll be your champion. I'll be the champion for all of Fresno.
There's a lot. What? I want to start.
I'm trying to collect my thoughts.
I think one, he's like, it can't function if you operate in a vacuum, which is like essentially what he's doing. Like, not even recognizing, like, the diversity of Fresno or, like, what other parts of Fresno need. So, like, that, and then we all have one vision. Like, what, like, just that general statement. But then also, like, I've been praying on my knees, like, hard for this. Like, I think he just uses that to get more support of, like, conservative Christian voters. Like, in the last presidential election, where they're like, oh, you know what, he's led by God, you know, like, he's going to serve our country. Like, God elected him. Okay, now you have all the Christian support, which is not that. You're joining.
I'm sure that white Jesus answered this very well. It's like this man didn't read the history of Fresno. It's like he didn't read the Macy-Dixon line, the dividing line. And he's talking about, like, hey, we can find commonality and common interests on sports. It's like, what common interests are we going to find other than, like, hey, you know, I'm here struggling and you're not, like, you know, and then our last mayor who just wants to create equality. And it's just like, no, it doesn't work. Like, you have to make up for the 50s and hundreds of years of the dividing line where there was no equality. So how are you going to balance that out with equity? How are you going to balance that out with something stronger than that?
I think it's time for, like, a mayor who sees Fresno through the framework of, like, community-based justice and asking the people who live there in the South Side how best to solve that problem.
Yeah, and I feel like when they use the line of, like, oh, our commonalities or our similarities are a lot stronger than our differences, I think a lot of, like, politicians or people can use that to, like, justify, like, oh, no, stop bringing up, like, the injustice going on, or stop talking about that. Like, just focus on what we have in common. Like, look, we're all human. We're all live in Fresno. And that's an easy way out to neglect the actual needs of the communities in South Fresno and West Fresno, things like that. So I feel like that line is thrown around very vaguely, and it's not helpful if you're just like, oh, no, focus on what you have in common rather than your differences. And that's not going to help improve Fresno or get us anywhere.
Exactly. I'm still waiting for that Trader Joe's in the hood.